Howdy, ladies and gentlemen. I know it's bullshit, but we can't take no chances. Gfanatic 94 is not giving any of those communist cunts at YouTube the chance to fuck him over. So unfortunately, if you're under the age of 18, you gotta get out of here. Don't worry. We're gonna fight this war. But we need an army to do so.
Alright, Noah. Here we are, man. The final step in our long journey. No, today we're going to be discussing the future of the Godzilla franchise as a whole. And, yeah, bro, we're both basically going to answer two questions. The two questions we're going to have to answer are, one, where we think the Godzilla franchise is going as we speak, and two, where we think it should go. And yeah, anything else we may want to bring up during that. But yeah, man. As for, I know that my segment is going to be long, so I'm going to go ahead and let you go first. Where exactly do you think the Godzilla franchise, whether it be the MonsterVerse or the Reiwa era or just a completely new era in general, where do you think it's going from here on out?
Well, good sir, I was gonna do a little funny bit, but now I forgot how to do it.
Oh.
But in terms of the question, as to where I think the whole Godzilla franchise will end up and just continue on, I really just think that, I feel like it would be best for the Goji franchise to kind of take a bit more notes from Shin Godzilla, because I like seeing Godzilla portrayed as what he originally had as a title, the God of Destruction. I like that. I like seeing Godzilla being terrifying, being one to be feared, but I would also like to see, like, as Legendary portrays him, as a benevolent kaiju that wants order and peace.
Yeah.
But I just like seeing the whole God of Destruction aspect, because it just goes back more to his roots, which I
Yeah.
do kind of like seeing.
Yeah, and with that new movie that Toho announced that they're going to be spearheading releasing next year, a lot of people are saying that that's basically what that movie is going to be, where it might just be Godzilla and he might just be obliterating a city and shit. But yeah, man. The whole, like me personally, I think Godzilla works better as a hero, but I can totally get why people would say that, oh, Godzilla works as, like, better as, like, a destructive, all-powerful, like, just juggernaut of destruction. Because that's initially what Godzilla was. He's a symbol for nuclear war and the horrors it causes.
And as to where, I forgot the other question. What was it again?
Well, you basically already answered it. The second question
Okay.
is where exactly you want the Godzilla franchise to go. Like, what you want to see them do.
Oh, well, damn. I guess I did answer it.
Yeah.
Well, I guess my answer was sort of short and simple, so go right ahead, man.
Alright. Alright, I'm not gonna lie. I am probably going to make a lot of people very mad with what I'm about to say. In fact, a few things I'm about to say. First of all, I understand that Godzilla is an iconic and kick-ass character in his own right. However, Noah, we would be foolish to think that Godzilla is just as iconic now as Marvel and DC were in their prime. Now, that's not entirely due to, like, Godzilla himself, because flat out, yeah, Godzilla is amazing. But the reason for that being is because Godzilla was made and basically became popular in Japan. Marvel and DC were the exact opposite. They were made and basically popularized one of the most powerful and one of the most recognizable countries in the world, so it was easier for Marvel and DC to become pop culture icons across the globe. Godzilla, he did the same thing, but because he was made and made popular in Japan, it was a lot harder for him. Now, me personally, bro, I think that the Godzilla franchise, where it's headed right now, I honestly think that the MonsterVerse is destined to fail. And I hate saying that because the MonsterVerse itself, they're releasing a new Godzilla and Kong movie, and don't get me wrong, Marvel hit the Marvel Cinematic Universe hit this point as well, where it was like, well, what do they do next, and how are we gonna make this interesting again? And the Marvel Cinematic Universe did bounce back. They hit that point when it was basically at the Avengers Age of Ultron movie. But then you have Godzilla, and they can, they very easily, well, not very easily, they could remake the Godzilla, they could remake Godzilla popular again in the MonsterVerse without doing what I'm gonna suggest, but that's gonna be extremely hard, man. The Godzilla franchise as a whole, I think that honestly we're gonna have to start a brand new cinematic universe with Toho or something like that, because there's only so much you can do with Godzilla and Kong teaming up to take down other giant monsters, and that formula is going to get repetitive and stale very quickly.
Hmm. I can
And
see that.
that's where the MonsterVerse looks like it's going. Like, what else can they do? They can try and introduce new monsters for the two to take down, but ultimately that's just fruitless if you're gonna keep repeating the same old ass tropes over and over again. So me personally, man, the MonsterVerse, yeah, it's doing well now, but I really don't see it lasting much longer. Which really pisses me off, because now this brings me to where I want the Godzilla franchise to go. First of all, I want to explain that when the 2014 film came out, that was the first Godzilla movie I ever watched in theaters. I fucking adored that film, and I just wanted nothing but the best for this. But then I learned that there was going to be more movies coming out that are directly connected to this one, and that they were going to be basically be, making the same thing with Marvel making the same thing with Godzilla that they were doing with Marvel. And then I saw Kong Skull Island, and I was like, holy shit, they're gonna have the two biggest kaiju icons in the history of the world going toe to toe again in a cinematic universe that is just as badass as Marvel. But then, it was announced that Godzilla King of the Monsters was going to release, and it was going to have Mothra, King Ghidorah, and Rodan, three of Godzilla's most popular kaiju. And I was like, huh, okay, well, surely Mothra and Rodan are at least going to get their own, TV series or something, right? No, we didn't get shit until 2019. And it was like, okay, well, this movie's cool, but throughout the entirety of the film, I was just sitting there like, okay, when the hell was Mothra able to do that? Why is Rodan on fire? Ghidorah is awesome, but when could he do that? They didn't have any proper build-up towards King of the Monsters. Which is why I'm going to say this. Where I think the Godzilla franchise should try to invest their money is by. You don't even have to out Godzilla King of the Monsters or Godzilla vs. Kong. I think that the MonsterVerse needs to do one of two things. It needs to either A, completely ignore the last two films in the MonsterVerse, Godzilla King of the Monsters and Kong Skull Island, and start releasing more movies that focus around Godzilla and Kong's supporting cast like Mothra and Rodan, and come up with some new monsters that could be Kong's allies and shit. I would like to see that happen, personally, but even if they don't want to do that, I'm gonna be honest, bro. I think that they should, in the next Godzilla and Kong film, and I know for a fact this isn't gonna happen because Toho literally has it contractually obligated to where they can't have Godzilla die in the MonsterVerse. But in terms of, from a storytelling standpoint, I think if Legendary can reverse that and kill both Godzilla and Kong, so we could just get rid of them for a bit and have their children grow up in the background while we watch other giant monsters do their thing, like a Rodan movie and shit, I think that would be the most beneficial thing for the MonsterVerse at this time, because think about it. The Godzilla franchise itself, it's awesome, and Godzilla fans, we know how iconic it is. We love it, and we know how influential the Godzilla series as a whole is. American audiences don't know that shit. They saw Godzilla King of the Monsters with Mothra, Rodan, and Ghidorah, and they were like, well, who the fuck are these guys? And where the hell did they come from?
I can see that, I guess.
So yeah, that's all I'm saying, is that the MonsterVerse, it squandered its potential, and they could easily turn this not easily, but they could turn this around, and I believe that the MonsterVerse and Legendary could make Godzilla, if they did what I just suggested, I believe that they could make the MonsterVerse just as iconic, if not more so iconic, than the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
I mean, people did theorize of the next upcoming movie being titled Son of Kong, so.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
People
that's the thing, bro. They're not allowed to kill Godzilla. Like, you literally, in order to have the next series and shit, or in order to have the progression that I talked about, you either have to ignore the last two entries in the MonsterVerse, or you have to kill Godzilla and Kong. Which, either way, it could work, and it could lay the groundwork for some potential amazing storytelling. But I honestly don't think that Legendary has the faith in the Godzilla franchise. And before any of you smartasses say it, don't even start with that shit. Oh, well, they can't have a Mothra or Rodan or Ghidorah movie or anything like that because those monsters aren't as popular as Godzilla. Mothra and Rodan started out as their own kaiju in their own feature films. Don't give me that shit. Y'all are just having lazy writing and wanting to support lazy bullshit. And honestly, bro, I mean, obviously, seeing as how popular Godzilla is, even if they don't do it this time, there will be another chance for Godzilla to strike it big in America, but as it stands right now, I really don't see the MonsterVerse succeeding that much longer. And if it does, frankly, I'll be amazed. And yeah, dude, I mean, I just, like I said, with what I just said, I'm probably gonna piss off all the Godzilla fans that I've ever seen, and all the kaiju fans that happen to be Marvel fans as well, they're probably pissed at me too because I suggested that Godzilla could be more iconic than the MCU if done right. But I'll be honest with you guys, I don't give a fuck. Um, but yeah, man. What are your thoughts on the whole MonsterVerse and where it's going at the moment?
Well, I really don't have any thoughts on where it could go or what might happen, because all I really am is waiting and see what happens.
Yeah.
Because whether or not this new movie in 2024 is good or not, I'll still watch it and just try and put things together and watch multiple theories and etc.
Yeah. Well, this next
Usually.
movie isn't going to be part of the MonsterVerse, bro. It's going to be another entry in the Reiwa era. It's going to
I know,
be
I said the 2024 one, the legendary one.
my bad.
It's alright.
Yeah. And I mean, yeah, like I said, man, they could turn this around and they could do great things with the MonsterVerse. The only problem is that Legendary has that tunnel vision right now where it's like, okay, uh, we already had Godzilla and Kong fight each other. We had them beat the shit out of Mecha Godzilla, and now what? Big Monkey and Big Lizard smack down Big Space Monkey, and it's like they got tunnel vision right now, bro. And when a studio has tunnel vision, that is the worst goddamn thing they could do. Have you ever seen Jurassic Park 3?
Oh, yes, I have.
Yes. Perfect example right there. Tunnel vision ruins franchises. And yeah, man, I mean, I want to be proven wrong. I really do. But the way things are going right now, I really don't see the MonsterVerse being successful for much longer. And honestly, I think that the best chance Godzilla has at big time success in the nearby future is Godzilla Singular Point Season 2. And if and when that gets released, please God let it be good. And yeah, Noah, is there anything else you want to say about all this?
Well, I don't.
Okay.
I was thinking hard. I cannot think of anything.
Alright. Well, as a send oh, hold on. Oh! Oh, shit! Bro, who drew that?
It's just taking up most of the space. My cute staff.
Oh. Well. Dude, that's fucking amazing, man.
I love the fact that Baby Goji is on Heisei's tail.
Yeah, I see that.
He's the only speck of color
Kiryu
in there.
Goji isn't there. Hmm.
Hmm?
My boy isn't there.
It's alright, man.
Oh well,
There's.
I have the power of editing. Photoshop that bitch. But yeah,
Just
man.
edits in. Here
In
you
all
go.
honesty, there's a lot of things we can say about where we think the kaiju genre for the Godzilla movies should go, but honestly, what's the likelihood that Legendary is going to listen to two jackasses on YouTube? What's the likeliness of that?
Or the likeliness of them watching this video.
Yeah, yeah, for real. And yeah, man. Before we send this off, I just want to go ahead and say that, bro, I want to thank you for being with me as much as you could for this Godzillathon because, bro, two things. One, I flat out could not have done this without you. And because of my Godzillathon, I now have over 100 subscribers. And, dude, I'm astounded.
Well, I'm really just here to just help you with just getting stuff recorded. You're the main guy that gets all the stuff edited, uploaded.
Well, yeah, but still,
Just
bro,
get to
there's a
go.
lot of shit that you do too behind the scenes, so. Um, so yeah, and then we'll upload bloopers whenever I can get that edited, which, considering there's over fucking 9 hours of shit to go through, that's gonna be a long time.
Oh, I'm scared.
Yeah. But yeah. No, what, like, we're finally done, man. How did you like the Godzillathon, bro?
It was rather enjoyable.
It was.
There's so many moments where
Yeah.
uh,
Good God, man. I mean, and for something as iconic as Godzilla, obviously there's gonna be some missteps. Hint, hint, 1998. But, overall, I do not regret a single moment of this Godzillathon, and I'm proud to say that we did it. And whenever we get the chance, we will be doing another Godzillathon, and perhaps we'll do something like this for, something else in the future, another franchise that we like obviously Dragon Ball's a prime example.
Chala, hey,
Dude,
chala.
I'm telling you right now, if we ever do a Dragon Ball Z marathon on YouTube, that's gonna take an entire year.
Oh god, yeah, that shit long as hell.
Yeah, because that would mean all the anime episodes that there are, and including GT. Good God, why the fuck GT? But and all the movies. But yeah, man.
And the long canon ones, which most of them.
Yeah. But yeah, bro. Yeah. With all that being said, this is the end of our Godzillathon, and join us next time, ladies and gentlemen. Whatever that video may be, because we have got some Kaiju Universe stuff to record, as well as another game that I know Noah's excited for. I'm not, because I'm probably gonna shit my pants. And
do 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 do
Jesus
do
Christ.
do do
No,
do do.
I swear to God, if that fucking puppet clown bastard scares me, I'm gonna kill you. Uh,
Oh god.
join us next time, ladies and gentlemen. See you around.
Alright, y'all know the drill. Like, leave a comment, and subscribe. Y'all want more videos, right? More kick-ass shit? Well, good, because I want more views. Let's help each other on this.